So in question number 126, we're given an inequality. And the only time we really dealt with finding limits involving inequalities was when we had our squeeze theorem. So this really is a question about the squeeze theorem or sandwich theorem, pinching theorem. All right, so the idea of the squeeze theorem is you start with an inequality, and then if you take the limit of that inequality and the left-hand side and the right-hand side are the same, then that means that the thing in the middle has to also be that number. So in this case, they're referring to the limit as x goes to 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our inequality and we're going to take the limit of all three sides as x goes to 2. So we have 2x minus 1 less than or equal to the limit as x goes to 2 of g of x less than or equal to the limit as x goes to 2 of 2x squared minus 2x plus 3. And now we plug in 2. And again, the whole idea is if I were to evaluate just this limit on the left-hand side, I can do a direct substitution. So I plug in 2, and when I do that, I get 3. Now, with the squeeze theorem, you're trying to figure out what that middle evaluates to. So the squeeze theorem, you're never going to really plug in to the middle because that is an unknown thing. So in this case, we don't know what the limit is, so we are going to keep that middle as limit as x goes to 2 of g of x. And then on the right-hand side, again, if you just look at this right-hand side, you can evaluate that limit by a direct substitution, plugging in the 2 for x. So you get 2 squared minus 2 times 2 plus 3, and that, of course, simplifies to 3. So if you look at what you're left over with, you have 3 less than or equal to the limit as x goes to 2 of g of x less than or equal to 3. Now, if you think about it, if you didn't know anything about this, 3 less than or equal to 3, that less than or equal to 3, that means that the thing in the middle has got to be 3. So by the squeeze theorem, we can use 3 dots here, triangles, to represent therefore. Therefore, the limit as x goes to 2 of g of x has to be equal to 3. Okay, so we have actually taken their little inequality that they have given us, and we have shown that the limit is actually equal to 3 rather than 2, or rather than 0. So this would be a false statement. The limit is not equal to 0. The limit is equal to 3. Okay.